So here we've got the Turbo 330 from the thread I've made and with the help of everybody else, built with my friends here. And just a quick overview of the car, since I've said I was going to do it like a million times and never did. So I just actually dipped it. Still need to work on a few spots, need to fix, but not a big deal. On the inside here, start off, cheap eBay seats, but got a good deal on them, super happy with them. Boost control, I would always recommend either AEM or Innovate. AEM is supposed to respond a little faster, but Innovate makes a nice dual AFR / boost control gauge. I went with separate, but so far it looks good and works well. This is a Ati Gauge pod. It's pretty nice. I do all my logging with ROM Raider, which is kind of a pain to set up, but once I got it going, it works out well. Right in here is where I have my port for my logging through the AFR, so that's all logging through this gauge. Nice little sleeper port down there. All the rest goes through the OBD. Pop the hood.
One hell of a nap you guys took.
Yeah, we didn't do anything. We did watch the Giants just lose to the Redskins. And Eli Manning.
Alright, starting at the front.
Going downfield.
This is an eBay bumper, which I just got. I dropped the bumper. Need to fix it. While I was putting my last coat on.
Couldn't really sleep.
Probably gonna do that this week. Let's order some more paint. CX Racing intercooler.
No, it's taking for you.
eBay turbo. Vibrant restrictor. eBay coolant lines. This one goes to the one angled up needs to go to the block drain. The one angled down goes to the radiator outlet with a little T-fitting. All the AC lines been rewelded. It still doesn't work, but I'm working on getting that going. This is a Burger Motorsports air filter. It's really impossible to fit anything in here. I end up cutting this down a little bit so it fits a little bit better, but it's really just a struggle to get going. PTP turbo blanket, nice value. Chinese wrap, works out well. Heat tape pretty much everywhere just because it looks awesome and it helps keep heat off the coils and things like that. A CSF Radiator here, pretty good value. I got it from Bedroom World on sale. The CX Racing intercooler comes with nice brackets, so you have everything you need. Pretty good deal, and it hasn't rusted yet, which is pretty interesting. Pretty surprised about that. Taped up the intake here so that it keeps all the heat out, and got a Greddy blow-off valve just for giggles. Make sure you get a real one if you do get one. I got a fake one first, and that was garbage, so don't do that. Definitely recommend the PMAS MAF. It measures air pretty consistently, and they have very good support and all the numbers you need to put into the tune so it bolts right up and alter it fine. The headlights don't fit with the Xenon. I have bi Xenons. They don't fit with the ballast, so I had all the ballast rewired up here. You gotta use neon zip ties for maximum horsepower though, because that's how you get the extra 10 horsepower is neon zip ties. So anyway, I have the ballast for this light down here zip tied to the brakes master cylinder, and the other one zip tied over here in my drug bin. Other than that, I use Rotella T6 oil and my vacuum, my catch can system right here. This is going to the manifold, this is going to the valve cover. Check valve here, so under boost it should stop. As a PCV valve here, so it should slightly control the pressure of the crankcase vacuum. And then without that, under boost, the crankcase will build pressure and not allow the turbo to drain, which will create a smoke out of the exhaust, so you think you blew up your car. So what I did is put a T here, and so under vacuum it's sealed, and then under positive pressure it lets the extra boost positive pressure from the crankcase vent out. And otherwise, under vacuum, it acts like a normal engine catch can. Right here, I have the dryer from the AC system moved up here. Like I said, it isn't working yet. Still working on that. Not very high on my priority list, but this has to get done one of these days. Coming back over here, this is the vacuum block I run. It's basically the T-fitting from the brake booster line was removed, The T-fitting from the stock, from the stock system, is a check valve, so you have to remove that so this all works. There's a check valve up here anyway, so you don't really need it. So basically this runs directly to the manifold, and I run my blow-off valve off this and my fuel pressure regulator. My boost gauge is run off one that goes directly to the manifold. I'll be building a manifold soon, deleting all the unnecessary valves, such as this one. This is a plug going to the manifold that was originally for the fuel tank evaporation hose thing that basically relieves the pressure from the fuel tank. I'm just going to cut that off, and on the other side of this, I have the module still attached to it, the little solenoid, and it just works on its own. Haven't had any problems with that. Other than that, I ran the CX Racing manifold and stuff. Make sure to wrap it, everything like that. Then it has a vibrant, ultra quiet resonator in the middle. In the back here, we have a MagnaFlow race muffler. Sounds pretty good. It's pretty quiet under like just normal driving circumstances, and then once you get on boost, it gets pretty loud because the wastegate opens to atmosphere. Up front here, just got some super nice Chinese Sumitomo tires on my super expensive eBay find D-Force rims. Overall, though, pretty happy with the setup. Underneath there, you can't really see it at all. Koni FSD shocks with Eibach Pro Kit springs, Z4M control arm bushings, and male, whatever, however you want to say it. Control arms, Hotchkiss front sway bar. Nice, cheap, used Active AutoWorks strut brace. Oh, by the way, these are key, these hood vents. These release a lot of heat that otherwise you wouldn't just be stuck down here, and it gets retardedly hot when you're running this thing. Like when I come in after a run, you could cook a hot dog over these, so they're definitely doing their job. And when you're sitting at a traffic light or something, you can see the heat kind of like the rays come up off of it, so that works out well. Out back, we have the Z4M or Z4 R tabs plus limiters, adjustable STP, I think they are, control arms. Replace all the ball joints and the bushings with ball joints. Here's the muffler system. There's the resonator right there. Here's the muffler itself. It's got a diffs online, two-way, 45-45, 3-disc. Limited slip. That makes a huge difference. You really can't put any power to the ground without that. I can barely put any power down to the ground with it. Koni FSD's back here, Hotchkiss sway bar back here as well. Seriously though, you really cannot put any power to the ground without a limited slip. Don't even bother doing this project without a limited slip. I have a 2 camber in the back. As you can see, like I'm pretty much worn down on the inside. Outside, still got some meat. Because I spent so much tire, I think next time I get an alignment, I'm gonna pull some camber out, just to extend my tire life, and the fact that I basically can't put down any power at all anyway until I get to 3rd gear. But I've raced, some nice M3s and some Z06s, like a brand new Z06, and it does beat it, so works pretty well. That diff is a 338, by the way. This steering wheel is Letterman's. It's like $300 off of eBay. The guy's named LEDERMANZ. Nice work he does. Bolted right up. And also you get some weird chocolate from like wherever the steering wheel comes in Europe with the wheel. This interior is actually wrapped. I just wrapped it with some 3M stuff with some free time. Yeah, that's what it is for the interior, I guess. I don't want to do much in here. I eventually want to do a Galaxy themed headliner. I think it'd be pretty sweet. eBay bumper. Only bad thing I have to say about it is this doesn't line up right. Get a little bit of rubbing here. I think this is when I mounted the bumper. I only mounted it to the metal. I didn't put the plastic piece between the metal and the bumper, so it looks kind of weird. Also, you get these little dimples where he bolted it up. I don't know if you can see them on the camera or not, but for what it is, I don't really care. It's a race car for the street, but it is what it is. I have this laying here just because I lay in it. I was just changing my oil. Take this out of here. It's my old hood thing. But overall, yep, I think it's putting on around 500 horsepower right now on 15 pounds boost. I have some new injectors in the way. Should be able to bump up the boost a little bit more safely without running out of fuel. Nothing bad to say about the eBay turbo other than it makes a lot of noise. I think this is all Rally Road. I would recommend Rally Road for about as much as you can. They're a great guy, great stuff. You can give him a call too. He'll give you help on whatever you need. And yeah, you can do it too. You know, just takes time, a lot of preparation, and then a couple weeks to get it all sorted. We did it in a few days, but it's been a long process to get it kind of, you know, tweaked here and there. But can't say more about it. Thanks to everybody who helped, especially Hobbit, who's continuing tuning this thing. Does a great job. He's a beast. And yeah, get a quick walk around here. By the way, if you're in Michigan and want your car dipped, we just did this one too. It's my roommate's Infinity. Stuff's pretty well. We invested in some nice equipment. It's pretty nice stuff. I mean, haters gonna hate about plastic dip, but turns out pretty nice. And yeah, that's the BMW Turbo. Seems legit was the project saying, and it's gonna continue to be.